What if I tell you that you can start earning 20% or maybe even more from your Ethereum just doing nothing or almost? Yes, I know right now it sounds completely crazy, but with restaking and what comes next, it is becoming a reality just right now. And if you're wondering what is the big advantage of that, well, this is a breakthrough like never before. And I will explain to you just in a moment. Think about it. Right now, what we have ETH that is producing just 3% of yield. Let's compare it to an asset that is risk-free, or at least this is what is considered. And I'm obviously talking about T-bills from the United States. They are paying you 5%. So why to hold something that is producing less with a higher risk? Obviously, there is no sense. Maybe you can think about, okay, but I'm holding ETH just because I'm betting on the price. Yes, that's true, but you have to take into consideration that not all the people are caring about that. Maybe there are some of them that are just looking for a more safe yield. And guess what? Well, if we are able to earn 20% from ETH, what we can also do is from one side, taking this yield, and on the other side, maybe shorting Ethereum. And this, in that case, we will have something like a delta neutral strategy producing about 10-12% according to how we are balancing the portfolio and how the actual fees are working. But that's something that is a breakthrough if you consider where we are right now with just a 3% of yield. But let's dig into this topic together and let's try to understand how it is possible. Because as you will understand, it is changing everything and it is opening even more opportunities. Also about a couple of airdrops that we will talk about in a moment. Just before going deeper, let me say that this channel is just about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, fine, but do always your research before. And guys, don't forget to check out all our links in the description below. Follow us also on Twitter. You can find also our weekly newsletter on Substack. And moreover, guys, please leave us a big thumbs up, drop a comment. That's a so small effort for you, but really means a lot for us and can help us with the algorithm of YouTube. Okay, guys, let's start immediately, and I want to start from the root of this topic. So let's start understanding why we are earning yield just with Ethereum. Well, first of all, we have to know that Ethereum is a proof of stake blockchain. So it means that you have to stake Ethereum just to secure the network. While staking it, you will start earning rewards that right now are about 3%. On the other side, what you can do is going to Lido Finance, Rocket Pool, or any other service that is offering the same kind of opportunity. And what you can do is that instead of staking directly on a node, you can use the service provided by Lido Finance and the liquid staking provider. What it will do is taking your ETH, giving you a liquid derivative synthetic asset that you can trade it on, for example, on exchange, decentralized exchange, so to become liquid again immediately, or you can simply unstake directly from Lido Finance because right now it is something that has become available. On the other side, you can also use your STETH, for example, if you are talking about Lido Finance, in order to take a loan using Aave or any other platform that is allowing you to do that. Okay, that's cool. You can even go a step farther if you want, because you can use Pendle Finance that, as you can see, it is boosting a little bit the APY. If you're wondering what is Pendle Finance, it is something like an aggregator close to what we have seen with Convex, just applied instead of Cure on top of the liquid staking providers. If you want to know more about Pendle Finance and how it works, yes, because there are also opportunities behind the V token by Pendle Finance that has been literally the most successful into this bear market. We are having a token that has been pumping more than 12 times in the last year, we can say. If you want to know more that, let me know it in the comment section below, and I will more than happy to do a video about that. What we care right now is just to understand that so far, the only opportunities that we had were going directly to a node, staking it, earning some rewards, or boosting them using a liquid staking provider, and after that we have Pendle Finance. But from now on, something is changing, or better, it is still into testnet, but we are getting closer every day to a final release and literally will change everything. I'm talking about EigenLayer, that is a restaking provider, a restaking service. What does it mean, restaking? Well, at the end of the story, even if the word is pretty, looks complex, it is pretty basic. You are simply taking your staked tokens and putting it into another protocol, let's say, into another layer. This layer is called EigenLayer, and what it's doing is creating another infrastructure that is using your stake tokens in order to validate a transaction, to create an infrastructure that can be used by other protocols. For example, down here, and I will also leave the link of EigenLayer just on the description below, you can find the different use cases, data availability, but one that is pretty interesting is oracles. And what I need is an infrastructure that is giving them a layer of trustability, a level of security. But what I can do right now, instead of building everything from scratch, is using directly an infrastructure that is just enabling them as a service. So that's the revolution, having an infrastructure and security as a service, something like that, that you can simply deploy your contract, your protocol using a EigenLayer, and you will have the level of security to speed up the process of validating transaction, checking the reliability of the data, and so on. And on the other side, also optimizing the fees. All of that without having to build an infrastructure, without having even to push people to stake their token into your nodes and so on. Why? Well, simply, as we said previously, we are using staked tokens, staked Ethereum that are staked on Ethereum, the blockchain. What I say is that, well, why we can't simply use this value to secure another layer of security? And that's exactly what they are doing. They are supporting a staked ETH or any synthetic derivative, liquid staking derivative of Ethereum. So you can use Lido Finance as we have seen here, but also Rocket Pool, Frax Finance, or whatever it is available right now on the market. You will put them into EigenLayer, you will start earning additional reward, and you will participate to secure all of these protocols. All of these protocols are known as actively validating services. For example, it could be an oracle and all the information that you can find over here. If you want to know more, I will also leave a full thread, has been written pretty well by Ignace DeFi researcher, has been done pretty well, so you can find more information over there. But aside from the tech, because at the end of the story, what we care at most is, yes, understanding what is the underlying technology, but most of all, what are the use cases and what are the benefits from us as investors, as people who are looking for more yield. So we have understood that there were a problem. Protocols, these actively validating services that were looking for an infrastructure in order to validate and secure their own systems. So instead of having to build that from the scratch, right now they can leverage something that is provided by EigenLayer, but we can guess that this kind of solution will be replicated on another other different ecosystems, so we will have more of them coming out. And what they are doing is taking the staked ETH and using them again. And obviously, while we are using them, you will start earning more rewards. But it's not ended over here, because there are other two ways to earn more. First of all, you can not only just stake them, but you can also be liquid, because it's coming the liquid restaking system that is offered by Stader Labs and many other protocols are said, well, we were doing just liquid staking, why not do also restaked liquid staking? And that's a big revolution, because you can not only start earning double rewards from a staking process and from the restaking process, but you can also be liquid on the market and still using it as a collateral or just exiting your position faster and so on. But it's not ended over here. There is even another layer. Imagine what can happen if another V token season will start with all these protocols that are saying, okay, we need to secure our system, so we need more people using the restaking mechanism on our application. So they can use a V system incentivizing people to say, okay, staked into my application, we will receive the airdrop, you will receive more rewards and so on. So as you can understand, there are multiple ways to start earning more yield. And that's pretty powerful because we'll have the ability to push the use cases and the reason why you can also start holding just ETH. Not to mention that you can also do all of what I have just described to you. Obviously, it will be even faster because maybe directly even from Stader Labs, with a single action, you can do all the operations that we have been talking about into this video. So with a single action, you can start earning a yield of up to around 20% or something like that. And you can even say, okay, I don't really care to be exposed to the price of ETH, and I will short in order to create a delta neutral strategy. That's another big thing. Not to mention that usually on centralized exchanges, if you are shorting specifically into bull run, you will start also being receiving the funding because on average the price is slightly higher on the centralized exchange. Obviously, that's just a pure speculation. We can't be sure. So you have also to consider that there could be some kind of price of shorting, but it's something that anyway, I'm just exploring what are the opportunities. That's something that we will see in another moment because again, we are still just at the beginning. EigenLayer is still on a testnet, so it will take some more time to see it on mainnet and operative. But on the other side, just because it is on testnet, we have the opportunity to earn rewards. Why? Because there is also an airdrop that is coming from EigenLayer. I will leave also the links about that into the description below, so feel free to check it out. It could be an opportunity. Obviously, there are people that are already started to farming that airdrop, so it's not late, but obviously you are not even early. It is just the final part of the process. It hasn't yet been shared how they will distribute the airdrop, but that's something that could be anyway another opportunity. What is important for you to understand is that risk-taking will open a completely new era, an era where we will be able to start earning more on Ethereum, but there is this problem. And the problem is that obviously it is like leverage, because how we are producing more yield? Well, simply leveraging and reusing the same token, the same coin, the same ETH. And obviously, this is increasing the level of risk. So if any slashing, any problem will happen, well, it can affect the whole chain. So a chain effect between the different steps. That's something that, for example, has been talked by Vitalik. That was he was enlightening all the risk. I will share all the link also about his speech. In my opinion, I don't think that this process will be stopped just because Vitalik is worried about. I think that we'll try to minimize the effect, but at the end of the story, we'll go into that direction. And that's something that could be a good opportunity, but also be aware of the risk because when we talk about cryptos, there is no really free risk. Just to give you an example, let's suppose that you are using a liquid restaking protocol. It means that you are exposed to the risk of the liquid restaking protocol, to EigenLayer, that is where it is restaked, to the liquid staking provider, in this case, the leader, whatever you are using, plus to the staking service on Ethereum. As you can see, it is a chain of different point of failures. And if anything happen, well, the effect will be involving the whole chain. So just be aware of that. Guys, let me know what do you think about this. In my opinion, that's probably one of the biggest revolutions we have seen into this bear market. If you have any question, feel free to ask into the comment section below, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye, guys.